It was 50 years ago Friday that American ground troops landed in Vietnam. Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer David Hume Kennerly marked the anniversary with a new exhibit at the Newseum in Washington, D.C.
Well, Vietnam was unique. There was no censorship of the press. In fact, the military really helped facilitate you getting around. We had these cards making us, they were issued by the government saying we were equivalent rank of majors. It had nothing to do with the military, but it meant we could, we had priority on any kind of military flights and all that. So we could go anywhere, anytime, and we didn't have minders with us. It was probably the first and only war where the government kept their hands away from us.
And what did that access provide for the American people that maybe we haven't seen in other wars?
Well, I mean, you got a totally unabridged view of the war from cameramen, photographers, reporters. I'm sitting in this exhibition at the Newseum, surrounded by photographs of my colleagues' work, Eddie Adams and Nick Ut, my own stuff, plus there are photographs of us under fire. So what you get to see here is how we covered the war, and it's unique. I'm really impressed. I just saw it for the first time last night, and I don't think there's ever been an exhibition like this, but there was never a war like Vietnam, and Vietnam really changed the national psyche of America, and I think the reporters and photographers that I worked with were just giving us the straight story, and that story was not very good when it came to the government's point of view.
And did you get a sense, I mean, you were only 24 at the time, did you get a sense that you were shaping the way Americans perceived how things were happening in the war?
I did not feel that way. I was there kind of like Jack Webb, you know, nothing but the facts. I was there as a professional photographer. I had objectivity drilled into me from the earliest times I started shooting pictures. I had no political point of view, really. I didn't have a bone to pick. I wasn't trying to show this is a winning effort or losing effort. And most of the people I knew did not do that either. Photographers are generally very apolitical, but very keen on telling you the real story, and that's what I did.
And your work, certainly with Vietnam, it just shows the absolute raw emotion. Did you get the sense as you were taking these photographs that they would be Pulitzer worthy?
Oh, I didn't even know I'd been entered for the Pulitzer Prize. The first I heard about it was when I won, and that was shocking. And I was like thinking, oh my gosh, how do I deal with that? And the way I dealt with it was going out into the field the next day and almost getting killed. That wasn't my intent, but that's what happened. And it never slowed me down. I mean, the Pulitzer Prize really guarantees you'll have a free obit in the New York Times, but it's really what you do with it. I mean, what it did for me was opened a lot of doors, and to this day, I'm still out there taking photographs and pursuing the profession that I love.
Well, we know your work has inspired others, including today's photographers. I mean, we're all photographers now with the technology we have in our phones.
We're all photographers, but there's a difference between a professional photographer and a camera user, and there will always be a place for the trained eye and the objective eye behind the camera, and I think that's really important. Morley Safer said that he felt the same way about citizen journalists as he does about citizen surgeons. You know, we have a profession, a job to do, and we try to do it with the utmost integrity, and it's really important in this world with so much information ricocheting around.
Absolutely. Your portfolio is incredible. Where can folks find more information?
Well, you could go, particularly you're a few hours outside of Washington, D.C. If I were you, tomorrow I would jump in my car, come up to the Newseum, or go to newseum.org, and you'll be able to get more information on reporting Vietnam. And I'm sure you've been to the Newseum, but anybody who hasn't, it's a fantastic experience. And these exhibitions turn over, too. So it's, if you were here last year, it'll probably be different than when you were here before.
And of course, we want folks to know about your website as well, Kennerly.com.
Kennerly.com, and yes, you can see a whole career worth of photos, and I'm still doing it 50 years later.
Well, congratulations on your work. We appreciate you taking the time here on your Fox 21/27 Morning News.
Thank you, and my son who went to Virginia Tech thanks you.